this in this interview that I'm about to show you guys is that Sandy Bordello was supposed to be fired last year, but she actually won the WNBA championship. Now, y'all remember me saying in the video before this one that I believe there could be some drama somewhere down the line between front office and Sandy. That's the only way this makes sense. Because prior to her winning last year, she had went to the WNBA championship the year before that as well. So you mean to tell me you're going to fire a coach for going to the WNBA championship?
ESPN has revealed the startling reasons behind Sandy Brondello's dismissal from the New York Liberty coaching position. This development has become the most discussed topic across sports media today, with reporters tracking every detail as it unfolds. The network's coverage disclosed that Brondello's departure stems from the organization's championship or bust philosophy. Most shocking of all, sources indicate that management planned to terminate her contract following the previous season, but her team's WNBA title victory temporarily saved her position. This revelation makes the current firing even more perplexing. Brondello holds the distinction of being the most successful coach in Liberty franchise history by wins.
You're going to fire a coach for going to the WNBA championship 2 times in a row. She done won more games than any other coach in franchise history. And she simply only lost in the playoffs because of injuries. Like, there was nothing from her to cause the loss that the Liberty took. Now, a lot of people is also speculating that Sabrina Ionescu could be jumping ship, maybe even Breanna Stewart, because no one's thinking about this. See, Breanna Stewart signed that 1-year deal with the New York Liberty, right?
Her recent track record speaks volumes about her capabilities and effectiveness as a leader. Looking at her tenure statistics paints a clear picture. In 2022, she guided the team to a 16-20 record before falling in the opening playoff round. The following year brought remarkable improvement with a 32-8 season that reached the championship game. Her crowning achievement came in 2024 with another 32-8 campaign that secured the franchise's first title. Even her 2025 season showed solid performance at 27-17 before another first-round exit. The circumstances surrounding this season's playoff elimination make the decision even more questionable.
1-year deal with the New York Liberty, right? Her, Kelsey Mitchell, and a couple more other superstars had those 1-year deals, bro. Let's not forget about that because of the current state of the CBA agreement, because they is still negotiating these agreements for their contracts. Now, Breanna Stewart could be out of there. She could leave now because her contract is up. But let's head on over to ESPN to see what Alexa had to say.
For a lot of folks this morning, a year removed.
Team injuries, not tactical failures or poor preparation, led to their early departure from postseason play. No strategic mistakes or coaching errors can be blamed for the team's struggles during those crucial games. Player reactions have been telling. Breanna Stewart publicly supported her former coach after the playoff loss, demonstrating the respect Brondello commanded in the locker room. This loyalty from star players makes the organizational decision appear even more disconnected from team dynamics. Stewart's contractual situation adds another layer of complexity to this situation.
For a lot of folks this morning, a year removed from winning the title, what exactly led to the parting of ways between the Liberty and Sandy Brondello here?
Well, Malika, I know you guys talk about this a lot in the NBA and in other sports, but it was really championship or bust for New York and for Sandy Brondello. And in fact, if they hadn't won the championship last year, we might have been having this conversation a year ago, which is maybe a little startling to fans outside given how,
A little startling.
She signed only a 1-year agreement with the Liberty, along with other prominent players like Kelsey Mitchell. These short-term commitments were tied to ongoing collective bargaining negotiations. Now, with their coach dismissed, these superstars might reconsider their future with the organization. The timing creates potential roster upheaval. Stewart and other key players could easily walk away when their contracts expire, viewing the coaching change as a sign of organizational instability. The ripple effects of this decision might extend far beyond just replacing the head coach.
A little startling. It's championship or bust. Bro, how is that even remotely right when she's the winningest coach in your franchise history, bro? Franchise history, dog. My goodness.
Noises for how impactful she'd been for that franchise. But That is how bullish this organization is in New York, and how their ownership and management really are looking to just continue upon that success that they were able to get last year. We know
ESPN's reporting suggests that New York's ownership group maintains extremely high expectations and aggressive ambitions for continued success. Their willingness to dismiss a championship-winning coach demonstrates just how demanding their standards have become. League insiders have criticized the move extensively. Becky Hammon, speaking at a recent event, expressed disapproval of the decision. She praised Brondello as both an exceptional person and skilled coach, emphasizing how rare it is to find someone who excels in both areas within professional sports. The search for Brondello's replacement has already begun, with speculation pointing toward unconventional candidates.
that success that they were able to get last year. We know that Brianna Stewart said the other day when they lost in Game 3 that they had Sandy's back. We actually just talked with Becky Hammon here at Aces Shoot-Around. She said she did not love this move for Sandy, and really just spoke to the fact that she is such a quality person and quality coach, and that is such a rare mix for a head coach in all really sports to have. And so I think for New York moving forward, I would expect them to really, again, be bullish in who they go after. We know that they are a WNBA franchise that invests a lot in.
Some rumors suggest the organization might target someone from NBA coaching ranks, representing a departure from traditional WNBA hiring patterns. Other whispers indicate that internal candidates might already be under consideration. However, any incoming coach faces significant challenges beyond normal transition difficulties. Taking over from a beloved, successful coach who was dismissed under controversial circumstances creates automatic skepticism from players and fans. The new hire will need to overcome immediate credibility issues and prove their worthiness of the position.
A lot of resources, a lot of financial, capital into these decisions. So I think it wouldn't be shocking, though, if they decide to go after maybe someone in the NBA, someone that we might be a little bit more of a non-traditional hire. I do think.
Now, a lot of people have been speculating that somebody from the NBA could be headed to New York. That has been word on the street. Some people has even said that Sandy Brondello hire might already be with the organization. But at what point is you're going to look at your locker room and
Meanwhile, Brondello's coaching future looks promising despite this setback. Seattle currently has an opening, and 2 expansion franchises still need to hire their inaugural coaches. Her proven track record and championship experience make her an attractive candidate for any organization seeking established leadership. The broader implications of this decision raise questions about organizational patience and realistic expectations in professional sports. When championship-caliber performance still results in termination, it sends concerning messages about job security and long-term planning throughout the league.
But at what point is you're going to look at your locker room and be like, damn, no one's going to rock with me? So could you imagine being that coach that got to now go coach this New York Liberty basketball team? No one's going to rock with you, bro, at all. So you lost before you even get there.
Sandy Brondello has a great shot of getting hired again. We know what she has done in this league. We know that there's openings in Seattle, for example, in addition to the 2 expansion franchises that are still yet to hire their coaches. So definitely some.
This situation perfectly illustrates the pressure-filled environment of modern professional sports, where even excellence may not guarantee job security. The Liberty's decision will likely be
because what happened first? Damsters went down, hurt. Caitlin Clark allegedly got hurt with the ankle during practice. Now we got Lexi Hall questionable with a back injury. What the hell? When did this happen? Lexi Hall was getting battered by Asia Wilson, but for her to have a back injury this late, close to the game, she spoke to the media earlier. We'd heard nothing about this. Bruh, this is looking real freaking spooky.
Several roster members have suffered physical setbacks during practice sessions, creating alarm about the organization's preparation methods. Previous incidents included ankle troubles for superstar Caitlin Clark and other key personnel getting hurt during team drills. Hull seemed fine during earlier media appearances, making this sudden development particularly shocking. Witnesses observed her wearing back support equipment during morning warm-ups, though her movement appeared regular during team activities. Official confirmation came through Chloe Peterson's late injury report announcing Hull's doubtful status.
Freaking spooky. This is what they had to say. Let's pull it up right now. Chloe Peterson stated, Lexi Hall is questionable tonight in a late update injury report, Hall was wearing a back stabilizer, during shoot around today and this morning, but she seemed normal. And she also talked about the game viewership, which I kind of really don't care about that, but it did 1.4 million views.
Recent broadcasts attracted 1.4 million viewers, showing sustained public engagement despite growing worries about player safety and preparation standards. The repeated occurrence of training injuries has sparked intense criticism of Stephanie White's coaching approach and program oversight. Many observers believe these frequent incidents reveal serious flaws in how the squad conducts workout sessions. Vocal critics demand immediate leadership changes, particularly suggesting Sandy Bell as a suitable replacement capable of fixing these ongoing problems. White has recently engaged in various media interviews covering team subjects, including Clark's rehabilitation journey and her continued leadership impact while recovering.
Which, whatever. But let's get back to business. And the business being, how the hell do these players keep getting hurt in practice, bro? That's the elephant in the room. And as soon as I get back to my studio, I'm finna cook up Chef Boyardee. I ain't playing. Hands, legs, feet, and toes is finna get applied to all of this action with the Indiana Fever coaching staff, bro. This is starting to look extremely bad. I mean, really, really bad at this point. Interview, guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way.
During her Guest Spot On In Case You Missed It podcast, the coach discussed Clark's circumstances and ongoing team contributions. White explained how injuries create mental struggles for competitors unable to pursue their craft. She commended Clark's commitment to encouraging teammates from bench positions, highlighting her role as a vocal supporter and strategic communicator. The coach stressed how observing games provides fresh angles, enabling athletes to see situations from coaching perspectives and develop increased motivation to return. White characterized the situation as growth-oriented, helping Clark mature and understand while preserving her leadership influence.
Interview, guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, I talked about this during the offseason, and that is Stephanie White giving these damn interviews. Now, she had, gave it a pause for a minute when the season starts, so I'll give her that. But look like she's back ramping up them interviews because she just appeared on another podcast talking about the hottest story next to the Sandy Bordello story is, will Caitlin Clark make an impact and come back for the 2024 season? What it has been like, kind of.
The sidelined player stays involved in team conversations, providing observations to both teammates and staff during breaks and planning sessions. Discussing exceptional talent qualities, White pinpointed fierce competitiveness as the main attribute connecting elite athletes such as Tamika Catchings, Alyssa Thomas, and Caitlin Clark. These performers reject losing in any circumstance, from training exercises to informal competitions to official contests. Their dedication surpasses raw talent, extending to methodical work approaches and deliberate development focus. The coach separated mere practice attendance from concentrated, effective training periods.
Will Caitlin Clark make an impact and come back for the 2024 season? What it has been like, kind of coaching Caitlin through this whole process, because we know Caitlin Clark has never been hurt prior to this. I'm blaming Indy. I'm sorry. I just got to put my blame on Indy, the reason why Caitlin is hurt. But that's neither here or there. Now, there is large speculation that Caitlin Clark could be coming back due to a WNBA loophole. If you guys have not seen that video, I highly recommend you guys go check it out. I got it on the channel. It's a lit one. Now, Stephanie White made an appearance on
Top-tier players optimize their facility time through intentional methods, never approaching drills, sequences, or sessions carelessly. This working approach distinguishes outstanding achievers from other skilled professionals throughout the league. Concerning recent postseason achievements, White credited defensive restraint as the crucial element in capturing Game 1 upset in Las Vegas. The squad implemented defensive plans without unnecessary fouls, preventing opponents from earning easy scoring chances while preserving scheme discipline. Victory demanded restricting Vegas to success in only one of 3 main scoring zones: interior baskets, perimeter attempts, and penalty shots.
Appearance on Let's Talk About It or something. No, In Case You Missed It. That was the name of the show. In Case You Missed It. So in this show, she talks about Caitlin Clark and her injury, Aaliyah Boston, and so on and so forth. So, with all of that being said, let's give this a listen real quick. So, this is the podcast.
Addressing Ajasha Wilson's defensive challenges after her difficult shooting performance, White recognized Wilson's position as the Planet's premier player while outlining their containment approach. The strategy emphasized harassment and complexity rather than total prevention, understanding that superstar talents will produce results despite defensive pressure. The objective involved limiting Wilson's impact while simultaneously reducing teammates' offensive contributions. White stressed disrupting ball circulation and forcing solo creation instead of permitting fluid offensive rhythm. This tactic sought to generate contested attempts and stop the coordinated passing sequences that make Las Vegas most effective.
So this is the podcast, in case you missed it, where Stephanie White gave her interview. Let's give it a listen, man, right now.
You know, and it's been a roller coaster. I mean, as someone who's had multiple injuries, like I can say that it's hard being away from the team, and it's hard not doing what you love to do. But what I've absolutely been so proud of her for is her continuing to pour into her teammates. I mean, she is the number one cheerleader on the sideline. She continues to be engaged in everything that we do, talking to her teammates.
Responding to playoff underdog discussions, White declared the team disregards external commentary and maintains internal concentration. The franchise keeps clubhouse discussions separate from outside viewpoints, focusing on daily battles and achieving personal benchmarks. Their method emphasizes constant energy, controlled performance, and generating chances for colleagues' achievements. The squad's mindset avoids becoming distracted by media characterizations or predictions, whether supported or dismissed. Regular preparation and teammate assistance stay consistent despite public perception.
In everything that we do, talking to her teammates, communicating what she sees to them, communicating what she sees to us. You know, being a cheerleader for them, talking in huddles. You know, it sucks when you're not able to play, but you also can gain a different perspective when you're watching from the sidelines. You know, see it a little bit more from a coach's perspective, from a coach's point of view. And you know, I don't doubt that Caitlin Clark is always hungry, but you are hungrier when you're not able to participate. And I think this season, you know, has she's regained a new perspective.
This attitude enables players to compete proudly while delivering complete commitment in every game scenario. Ongoing discussion surrounds Caitlin Clark's possible comeback through potential WNBA regulation loopholes. Although no concrete schedule exists, the circumstances remain uncertain as the franchise weighs current postseason requirements against future player wellness priorities. The practice injury epidemic persists as a major organizational challenge, demanding swift action and solutions to avoid additional roster complications during vital playoff battles. Multiple training accidents suggest systematic problems requiring immediate coaching staff evaluation and procedural overhauls to protect player health moving forward.